What's up, everybody? I thought I'd start off by just showing my face, sorry about that, and talk through what it is to start up Nepenthes. And if you are wanting to get into the hobby, just a quick tip. I kind of jumped right into this channel without giving a whole lot of details on what that looks like, and this in no way is going to be a professional video because I'm not a professional videographer. But growing Nepenthes has got a lot of negative aura around it, if you will, that needs to be removed. I don't know, lost for the right words, but it's really not that difficult to grow Nepenthes. If you follow a few simple rules, you can grow them very easily. Rule number one is the water. Now, Nepenthes have grown over 200 million years, or evolved rather, to not need nutrients from their roots. So the roots are there pretty much just to hold the plant in place. They are, for the most part, epiphytic. They will root rot, though, if you give them too much water and if you give them too many nutrients, or nutrients at all, really, through their roots. And so you want to use distilled water, reverse osmosis water. You can use rainwater as long as you check the pH on it. I have a dehumidifier in the house, and I use that water, and it works great. It's all natural, removed of nutrients, and it reduces and reuses, which I love. And so that is what I use. The second thing is humidity. These plants love humidity. They like to have their soil, which we'll get to in a minute, moist but not damp. And humidity helps out a lot with that. And so what you want to get is a humidifier. You don't need anything fancy. Just a regular old house humidifier will do the trick. And you want to try to get the humidity around 60 to 70 degrees. Ideally, you can go higher than that, but 60 to 70, especially with a lot of hybrids, will do just fine. So now we want to talk about soil. What I use is about 50 to 60% perlite, which needs to be organic perlite, which isn't that hard to find. You just need to make sure it doesn't have any added hormones, anything to help grow plants. And then sphagnum moss. I usually do a 50-50 split between the two, or a 60-40. And that allows the roots to have plenty of room to aerate, and so that they don't sit stagnant. The third step is your airflow. You want to make sure that you have good airflow. It's important to get airflow on the base of the plant. That is where it's most susceptible, other than the roots, to root rot, or to rot in general. So you want to make sure that you keep plenty of airflow. These plants grow up in montane forest, and so yes, they do, and they grow in very, very humid conditions, but it is also very windy, and so that is perfect for them. Finally, you want to make sure that you have pots with holes in them. Just again, that helps with the aeration. Most of these plants, like I said, are either semi-epiphytic or epiphytic, and so they like a lot of room for their roots to breathe. Now, that seems like a whole lot, but I will tell you that I grow Nepenthes. I also grow other carnivorous plants. I also grow regular plants. And I find in a lot of ways that Nepenthes, once you get the settings right, the environment right, are much easier to grow than your normal plants. And not as easy, of course, as the sundew, which is basically a weed, but a lot easier than a lot of the plants you would think, and certainly easier than what the rumors would have you believe. So I encourage anybody, the whole point of the CHM Carnivorous channel is to get people motivated, get people hopefully inspired to collect this, to get in the hobby. A lot of these plants are extinct or going extinct, some of which the only surviving population is in an area the size of 30 yards. Poacher can wipe out in an afternoon. So it's very important that we raise them ex situ, or it's a fancy way of saying through the hobby, and just help pass on that heritage that's 200 million years old in the making. Listen, if you guys have any questions, I am absolutely happy to answer those. Just go ahead and comment. Spread the word if you would. Subscribe. Get the word out there. Again, the point of this is I want to get as many people as inspired, as excited as I possibly can about growing these wonderful, wonderful plants. I hope you guys have a great night. See you soon.